Hey everybody, we have reached episode number 40 in our Minnesota Twins franchise that started 4 months ago. We're at game number 125 from Target Field. The AL Central leading Detroit Tigers take on the second place Minnesota Twins, an opportunity for Minnesota to gain some ground in the standings. Alex Meyer will toe the rubber for Minnesota. Mike Pelfrey, the former Twin, does the same for the Detroit Tigers. Meyer to Miguel Cabrera, and Miggy lines one into right field. He's on a 13-game hitting streak. That drives in a run for Detroit, and the Tigers in the middle of inning number 1 have a 1-0 advantage on the strength of an RBI off the bat of one of the all-time best hitters the game has ever seen in Miguel Cabrera. J.D. Martinez now drives one into left center field, and that ball is going to get about 10 rows up into the stands. A solo home run for Martinez, number 22 on the season for J.D. And the Tigers take a 2-0 lead midway through 6 innings. Twins only able to scrap by on one hit, excuse me. Beautiful play on the hit off the bat of John Ryan Murphy in center field. Cameron Maben makes the diving stop. Here's a drive down the right field line, and you can see it's going to be right on the chalk. Fair ball into the corner. Byron Buxton is going to be on with a double on that hit. Next batter, Danny Santana, drives one into that same corner. 2 runs are going to come around to score, and Santana slides into second safely with a 2 RBI double, tying the game up for Minnesota. Brian Dozier now, driving one into the gap. It's going to be cut off there by Cameron Maben. Danny Santana will come around to score, and the Twins lead at 3-2. Top of inning number 7 now. A diving play off the glove of Dozier, and it rolls into right field far enough that a run's going to come in to score and tie this game up at 3 at the end of inning number 7. Again, the Twins trying to make up ground on the Tigers, who are first in the American League Central. The Twins are second. Bases loaded now. Base hit up the middle, just past Dozier, who is diving to his right. And in the middle of 8, the Tigers have a 5-3 lead. Joe Mauer now, driving one into right center field. His 8th home run of the game. It's a 2-run blast that ties the game up at 5 at the end of inning number 8. And that is going to send us into extra innings, where Jose Iglesias lines one down the right field line. Runner rounding third, heading for the plate. Throw to the plate is not in time, as Maben comes around to score, and the Tigers take the lead and go on to win 6-5 over the Twins in extra innings. The Tigers 71-54 gain yet another game on the Twins, who are 61-54. Alex Wilson with the win for Detroit. Ricky Nolasco takes the loss for the Twins. You can see the Twins have fallen 10 games behind the Tigers in the American League Central race. The Tigers are 32-16 in games within the American League Central Division. The Twins are 24-24, and that right there is your difference in the season for the two ball clubs. The Twins 7 games out of the wild card. The Los Angeles Angels hold that 5th and final playoff spot in the American League, and not long ago they were about 12-13 games out themselves. Game number 2 from Target Field. Twins facing the division-leading Tigers. Phil Hughes back on the mound for Minnesota. He is 11-9 with a 3.80 ERA. He will face Jordan Zimmerman, who is 12-7, 112 strikeouts to 37 walks. Bases loaded. Dozier flips it on to Escobar, and the Twins get out of a jam in the third inning. Middle of 3, no score here at Target Field in Minneapolis. Byung-Ho Park now with runners on first and second. He skies one. Pop fly is going to be taken care of by the Tigers, and they will get out of a jam as well. At the end of inning number 4, we still have no score until Victor Martinez has something to do with that, as he takes a high fastball and turns it around into right field, into the Minneapolis sky, and that one is going to be well out of the park. A 3-run home run for Victor Martinez. His 5th of the season is all. Tigers lead at 3-0. Nice play by Dozier on to first. Byung-Ho Park makes the catch. And in the middle of inning number 5, the Tigers lead at 3-0 here in Minneapolis. Byron Buxton at the plate now in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. He drives one deep into right field. That ball is back. It is off the top of the wall. Buxton can fly. He's rounding second, heading for third. It gets past the center fielder. Buxton rounding third, heading for the plate. And here comes the throw. Not in time. Buxton is safe. Originally ruled an inside the park home run, it was later changed to a triple and an error because the hop got over the center fielder's head. There, Zimmerman would leave after that base hit there by Dozier tied the game up at 3. Byung-Ho Park now drives one into right center field. And that ball gets out of the yard for Byung-Ho Park. Solo home run for Park, who hits number 22 on the season. Park had about 19 through the first 3 months of the season and then has hit 3 in the last couple months. Nice backhand play by Culberson at third. We'll get Justin Upton. And in the middle of 7, the Twins have a 4-3 lead, looking to gain that game back that they lost yesterday. But J.D. Martinez turns on one in the 9th inning, driving it into left field off of Jeurys Familia, the Twins closer who they acquired from the New York Mets. A solo home run for J.D. Martinez, and the game's all tied up at 4 and looks like we're heading to extra innings possibly once again. In the top of inning number 12 now, Victor Martinez drives one into left field at the wall, and that one is gone. Another home run for Victor Martinez. A solo shot, that's number 6 on the season for Martinez. And the Tigers go on to take this game from the Twins in heartbreaking fashion once again for Minnesota, who have been in both games, actually taken both games of this series so far into extra innings, only to lose. So the Twins fall 11 games behind the Tigers in the American League Central. They still have 8 to play with Detroit on the season. So there is a chance for them to make up some ground, and they're definitely not all the way out of it yet, but time is getting short for Minnesota to make a run. Kyle Gibson, if you remember, took a line drive off the face back in the Kansas City series, and he was originally thought to be out 1 to 6 days, but he has been placed on the 15-day disabled list. The Twins have recalled Tyler Duffy from AAA Rochester, and they have also purchased the contract of JT Chargois from AAA Rochester, and he's been called up to Major League Baseball, particularly because of the strain that has been put on the bullpen and the pitching staff in these last 2 extra inning games, as well as going forward. The Twins have an 18-day, 18-game stretch ahead of them. Afternoon baseball at Target Field, throwback jerseys for both of these teams. Justin Verlander facing Irvin Santana in game number 3 of this 3-game series featuring these division rivals. Verlander's 11-6 on the season, 147 strikeouts. Irvin Santana has 148 strikeouts for the Twins. Runner on third now. Culberson pops one up into foul territory. Miguel Cabrera is able to run it down, but the Twins being aggressive, and Jorge Polanco scores from third on the sac pop-up into foul territory. At the end of 3, the Twins lead 1-0. And the way both of these pitchers are pitching today, that could be a very important run for Minnesota. Top of the 7th inning, Irvin Santana strikes out J.D. Martinez. A look at some 1980s throwbacks for both teams. Very awesome. I love it. Twins 1, Tigers 0. Only 2 hits apiece in the 9th inning. Ground ball to the right side. Brian Dozier makes the diving stop, and he will go on to first to get the out. Still 1-0 in the top of the 9th. Irvin Santana trying to get the complete game shutout. He does. A much-needed complete game for Irvin Santana as the bullpen and the rest of the pitching staff gets a chance to rest up after a taxing couple of extra innings games with the Tigers. Only 7 hits between these two teams. The Twins go on to win this one 1-0 and improve to 62 and 65.